On the internet waves. That's the whole podcast today, folks.
Transitioning to an ASMR channel, is that what this is?
Yeah, why not?
Are those
Again.
still a thing?
I think so.
People still do that?
I can see the chat now, but chat, I'll have to use my phone for that. It's weird. OBS, quit changing things.
There we go. There it is.
You see us?
Yes.
All right, let's get this going.
I forgot to save those out a little lower.
That's all right. Here we go. This is making a weird. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and men, aliens and helicopters, whatever you want to be. Welcome.
You're missing a lot.
I can't. Oh, so this is funny, but also kind of heated. But this is Zero Intentions Podcast. Kyle, Jeremiah. We're going to talk about this. Then I have one topic that I thought we'd jump off, but this is good. So I had some questions I had to answer recently, a few hours ago. And it would say, would you define a diverse workspace? And so I just started. I wrote them down, and I was wrote it down. I wrote like race, religion, past experiences, past knowledge, like anything you'd go diverse. I'm telling that to Joy. I'm like, these are the things and there's more to the question, but that was like diverse to me. And she goes, what about gender? I was like, didn't even think about it. She's like, I'll just fuck them women, huh? I was like, didn't even think about gender in the workplace.
That's a minefield question. It really is, because there is no correct answer to that.
No,
there isn't. Like, here's the thing. Like, you have even the people that like that's their job is, they are the diversity and inclusion.
I'll tell you who defines it.
Officer or whatever of their company. Like I guarantee you that they're missing somebody and someone's offended.
Oh, so yeah, I wasn't going off offensive.
That's the problem. When you try and broaden the scope of like, these are all the things that we consider, you're still going to miss somebody.
Yeah, so the first part of the question wasn't really it. It was the second part.
Yeah.
They just wanted to know what skills you bring to a diverse workplace.
Sure.
Which is very easy to answer. But anyway, the company I used to work for, they do diversity hires. Like they have a set what's diversity, and it's gender and race. That's it. They sat us down once, told us, hey, you guys are all contract. We're hiring 7 people, 5 are diversity hires.
Sure. Totally illegal, but they still do it.
Like, well, it's weird because that company I worked for is required by the federal government to have these percentages.
Which is funny because it is in direct conflict
with their other statutes.
Non-discrimination laws.
Yeah.
Like you cannot, hire somebody specifically because of some intrinsic, characteristic. And yet, on the other hand, then they say, these are the federal requirements. You have to have this percentage of, of these groups to work for you. It's like, no. They're like, you can have one or the other. Like but both exist, and they are in direct conflict with each other.
Yeah, they told us straight up. They said, there's way more men in the contract, so all of the women are getting hired direct. It's just because we're diverse hiring, there's only 3 of them. All 3 of them are getting the job, regardless of how new they are. That's what we have to do. Right. And like, of course, it's upsetting. I'd be upset if it was the other way around. If I'm a woman, all the men are getting hired. But it's just
absolutely
weird.
But see, that's the problem with it. It's like, it carries with it a bunch all this baggage that goes unaccounted for. Like, people raise the question. It's like, how can you ever be sure that you actually deserve to be here? Like, you could be the best, but how can you be sure you weren't a diversity hire?
See, I think it's even more than that. I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, I didn't get the job, I was super qualified. I said, because someone knew someone.
Sure.
Like, that's plain and simple.
Perfect example. My current job, I'm 100% certain I would not have gotten that job if I didn't know you.
And I knew someone that worked there.
Yeah.
Or at least a family member of mine knew someone.
So, and that's, they've told me over and over again that, I'm doing great and they're working out.
That's the thing. People, when you're going into
it was a huge risk. Like, I didn't work in this industry prior
but that's
to
what
this.
I'm thinking. So it doesn't really matter. I've worked a bunch of different jobs. They train you immediately. Like almost anyone could do any job. Now you can't be a lawyer or a surgeon or skilled trades you can't jump into. But almost every
I've watched a lot of The Pretender. I could do it.
You could do it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of jobs, you know what I mean? Especially in corporate America, you can just hop in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was looking up, there's a recruiter.
And the higher up you get to, the less you have to know. So which is
yeah,
great.
So the head HR, the headhunter for, he has a degree in microbiology.
Right.
And he's getting paid over $100,000 to headhunt.
Right.
Because it can be trained. You can be trained to do that.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not what your degree's in.
Right.
So let's pivot. The thing I wanted to be the jumping off point is this awesome hoodie I'm wearing.
Yes.
This is from awesome wife / your sister.
Yeah.
What's really cool, it's NASA. So
your wife, my sister.
It's automatically, automatically expensive. What's crazy about this, it's a NASA hoodie, but also from the company To the Stars.
Right.
Which is mind-blowing to me because To the Stars is a agency that researches UFOs and brought all those videos to us, and they're endorsed by NASA, which is really crazy.
So, honestly, like, I don't understand why, the two had to be mutually exclusive because it would...
Well, they don't, but people think they did.
Sure.
If you knew what To the Stars was and NASA and you're a normal citizen... It would blow your mind that they're working together.
Yeah. Well, as it is, you have, groups like SETI and others that actually rent time or, on the telescopes. And so, they do work together. It's just not well known.
Yeah. If you look at like Skunk Works and Lockheed Martin, like they're huge, technology. But if you realize they built like almost all the government stuff.
Yeah.
Like these secret privatized companies.
Right.
And back, I think they still have it. It's a little skewed now, but back in the day they had a black budget where it's not a budget. The government gets to spend however much they want and you can't track it. The public can't see it. They don't have to disclose it. And that's what's going to all these private companies that we don't know about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Skunk Works, like they were paying them to build the stealth bomber, but the citizens can't see because they go, it's private security.
Yeah.
So you think our government spending's crazy. What if you could see the stuff they don't tell you they're spending?
Right.
Trillions probably on.
Oh, yeah, easily.
On all the stuff that you don't get to see.
Yeah.
Weapons, technology, stuff you'll never know about. The HARP project for controlling weather.
What's crazy is that, a lot of that stuff is, encompasses like pure theoretical, pure research, like things that will likely never result in anything, and yet they dump tons of money into it.
Yeah,
on the off chance it does produce something.
Like dosing people with LSD to see if they can read minds.
Yeah,
of course they did that.
Sure.
Yeah, let's fund that for 20 years, and I get it. It's worth it. Like if something great came out of that, then it was worth every penny.
Yeah,
that's
funding. Gender studies programs in Afghanistan. It's like that's never going to be a thing. We're just wasting money on that. But they gotta throw money at it.
There's I like. See, if I'm in an unlimited money scenario, which our government basically is, throw money at every pit, every project you want to see. Yeah. You can't put all your eggs in one basket.
It's one of those things that, no funding, nothing ever happens. That's the alternative. So you don't put any type of effort into any fringe new technology.
Well, we looked at
kind of stuff
all through the 80s space exploration, huge budget, tons of money. They take it away. When's the last time we heard something cool? Because we're not doing it.
Exactly.
NASA has no budget to explore space.
Right.
They just took it away.
Yeah.
I think that it's gotten better now.
Yeah.
I think
But that was from, as a result of pressure from private companies. They're like, private companies take up the slack and they're like, well, wait a minute. Like, that's our job. We're supposed to be the space guys. It's like, Well, you drop the ball.
Yeah.
You open the window for
yeah.
someone to come in and say, hey, we want to be a part of this.
I don't want to. Like, I get it. I know Elon, Papa Musk, everyone wants him to be the space exploration. He does.
Right.
Like, he can hire who he wants, but
Sure.
you can't go up against NASA and SpaceX. I mean, they have the top minds.
He has a lot of resources, but not the kind of resources that the government has, let's be honest.
Yeah, unlimited.
Yes.
Like I said, just print money. Literally, they just print it.
Right.
They do they crunch numbers and sure, like, they have budgets, but NASA wants to send someone to the moon. It's not a question of how much. It's just when.
Yeah.
When are we doing it?
Right.
We'll doesn't matter.
Which shuttle are we putting them on? Yeah.
Don't worry about the budget. We'll figure that out later.
Right.
And I don't know what else NASA does, but my tax money should be going. I want to see what's in space. Let's go.
Yeah.
Use my money.
Right.
Start launching people up there. I want to see it.
Yeah.
And now they're going to their big news. NASA just came out with one. They want more scientists on the moon. They don't just want to send guys that are like, yeah, we're here. They're like, well, maybe.
I was actually having this conversation earlier about that led into because they, the other day people were seeing some kind of satellite or something.
Oh my God, let me show you. My stepmom sent me this last night, freaking out. It was like, there's this UFO. Tell me what it is. You got to see it.
Was it last night? I don't know what night it was.
No, I'll show you the video because it looks like a straight up UFO.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And I'm playing video games when she sends it to me. It's crazy looking. She zooms in on it. And all I can think is, I'm like, the only logical thing I can think is an airplane with all the windows open.
Yeah.
And super bright lights on the inside. And still, that's way too long, way too high, moving way too slow. It's Elon Musk's satellite train.
Right.
Is what it was. She figured it out before I even looked into it. But yeah, it's crazy. If I saw that, I would be. Right. She pulled over on the side of the expressway to video it because it does. It looks absolutely.
Right.
It's so high up, it doesn't look like it's moving.
Right.
And there's no lights on it besides all in a line.
Yep.
Blow your mind.
Yeah. So that's what, people are speculating about, because you have, Elon Musk, trying to buy Twitter, and everyone's like, well, this is obviously not a sound financial move.
Oh, he's not making financial moves.
But they're speculating that that's not going to make him money. But however, Starlink is going to make him a lot of money. I said that from here, like the next step is obviously to put a launching station on the moon.
Yeah,
in order to get to
that's
Mars.
That's what he wanted to do.
Yeah,
his original thing.
Right.
I know that when To the Stars first came on the scene, they didn't develop it, but Lockheed Martin, one of their guys, worked for To the Stars. They could launch cube satellites. They're called CubeSats, and they could launch it with no propulsion. So they could get these smaller, still big satellites into space with no propulsion. And Elon was going to partner with them to do, because it's way better.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just launch them.
Right.
And no propulsion. It's fine. So, I mean, technology like that's happening.
Slingshot, right?
I don't remember. I want to say it's magnets. I can't remember what they
probably.
use.
Yeah.
But stuff like that's happening all around us, and we don't know.
Right.
Which is why I think we don't see UFO sightings as much anymore, because I think a lot of them were government testing, airplanes and aircrafts and stuff. Now we're way beyond that.
Yeah.
Like, you could see them then. I think we're so advanced you're not going to see them.
Yes.
Because that's the whole point of them.
Right.
So they're testing them.
You're trying to do it in secret. Now you know how to do it so that you're not seen.
Yeah. And the technology's come so far that they could probably do some super advanced cloaking where there's just no way.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you've seen like the janky, homemade.
Oh yeah, dispersions.
Cloaks. Cloaking,
and the shields and stuff. Yeah.
And it's like, they're not perfect, but that's pretty good. If someone weren't showing it right in front of you, like, hey, look at this, it's off in the distance.
Oh, you would never know.
Yeah, exactly. You're not.
Yeah.
Gonna see
So
it
put
at
that
all.
50,000 feet in the air.
Right.
And the sound is traveling way behind it. By the time you hear it, you'd have to be standing in the same spot looking up the whole time. Be like, maybe that was something. Then hear it and be like, oh, it was something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you don't see it anymore.
Right. Yeah.
That's that, and then who knows the real UFOs that people see, like the ones the government says that are real. I don't know why we don't see those.
Right.
Maybe they got smarter.
Yeah.
Maybe less people care. I think that's a big one. There's like
a lot has to do with like awareness, looking for them as
That's
well.
that's what I'm saying.
Like
Less
that
people
was,
care.
During the whole like all the sightings and UFO craze or whatever, everyone was like,
Looking
like
for
looking
sure.
up,
Yeah.
where,
As
what's
big
going on.
into the community industry, the research, 90% of it's shit, garbage, fake.
Yeah.
Just people looking for attention or
Mhm.
misseeing things.
Right.
It's Amber Heard's testimony. It's 90% of it is garbage. It's
Oh, we're just there. You go. You said the name. Now we're.
Oh yeah, we can talk about it. I was
Canceled.
talking about it all day with my family.
So many YouTubers are avoiding saying either of their names.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
They claim that the algorithm,
like,
trying to suppress.
I just saw
kinda...
his approval rating from citizens like 95%.
Yeah.
We believe Johnny. We love Johnny. Why isn't he getting work?
Right.
I mean, I know he was like a drug user and an alcoholic.
Sure.
When this happened,
he does have problems. Like that's not.
Yeah.
We're not going to deny that.
They.
But is he doing what she?
Well, he's clean
has
now.
Claimed him.
Oh yeah,
claimed
definitely
that
not.
He's done. No, absolutely not.
Her evidence that I saw that she presented today was a video of him freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
Slamming cupboards,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah. No, I haven't seen the clip.
Yeah, it's funny, and then she laughs as she's recording after
Uh-huh.
he finds out, and the whole thing. It's funny because they're like, "Would you say you're violent?" And he's like, "Well, I mean, to cabinets, sure. Did you see me go anywhere near her or threaten her? No." He's like, "I come from a background where you can't be your emotions all the time." He's
Right.
like, as me, I can't
Yes.
do that. But did
Yep.
you see me hit her?
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, my response would be, you're like, so you're telling me you have never taken your anger out on an inanimate object in your entire life?
Oh, you're just
Never.
not playing enough video games. That's it.
I mean, like, I've thrown my phone before.
You have?
I have, yes.
it costs too much. I won't do it.
Like the most like even keel.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Except for when you get
calm
alcohol.
person.
Yeah, a little bit. We saw that last week.
You get very very animated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, have a frustrating conversation, and I was driving, which is not a good idea. I don't recommend having those types of conversations while driving.
You threw it in the car?
Hang up my phone. Yeah, chuck my phone, in the car, bouncing off the seat and wall, door and ceiling, and just.
Yeah. My thing with that
This
is
is a long time ago.
out of all the evidence we have of this, sure, I've seen him angry, drunk, violent. Never once has he ever threatened or touched her.
Right.
If you have all these, in every single thing, he's walking away or trying to get away. And that's his whole defense. It's like, yeah, proving it. I'm not. They're trying to build like all these and use it that he was violent. Well, not toward her, which is what we're arguing about.
Yeah.
No one's arguing that he has outbursts. Sure, he does. We can see that. But not toward people.
Right. And, to try and present that is like, like if she's filming it and like also provoking him and arguing, like, from my own opinion, my own perspective, like, that's, I wouldn't assume you'd be in the position of being abused and being in like that combative, that,
Well, that's what he said. He said, well, if she felt
it.
threatened,
Right.
why was she filming and didn't just walk out of the door? He's
Yeah.
like, I wasn't addressing her or talking to her.
Right.
And the evidence, this is direct quotes. She said that he was sending highly offensive insults to her via text message.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the three that she submitted. DJ MaxiPad, Officer Squarehead, Lesbian Camp Counselor.
Brutal.
Like, none of those seem scary
wow.
or violent. Like, oh my, so offensive.
Destroyed.
Exactly.
Lock him up.
Right? So, like, I've heard random people in video games call each other worse than that.
Absolutely.
And then laugh after it.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, those are just hilarious.
And I wanted this might come off controversial. I might screw myself, but
here we go. It's on record.
It is on record.
Let's do it.
Probably every day I'll hit and get on 1 or 2 rounds of Call of Duty without a friend. So I'm in the public lobby, muted.
Yeah.
And it's usually no silence or awesome commentary and talking. And every time it's awesome and I'm laughing, having a good time, it's a black guy. Every time. It's just fantastic. The charisma that they have when they're playing video games and the way they troll.
Every single one.
Everyone that's on Call of Duty Sticks and Stones. Put it down. There'll be like a 12 or 13-year-old kid. He's like, oh, yeah, fuck you. Get wrecked. And these guys will just come in and say the funniest stuff and not even sweat off their back. Like, they don't. This kid's throwing out racist terms, talking about his mom, and he'll just be laughing and saying the funniest. Last night was so good, I almost picked my headset up to turn it on to be like, dude, you're the funniest guy I've ever heard. This is great. Please keep going. I gave up on playing just to listen to this young kid argue with someone who sounded like 30. Just like the kid's trying so hard, and the more he doesn't offend, the more he gets upset and tries harder. And I'm like, this is great. Yeah. It's like watching a kid holding your hand out.
I was told you're supposed to break down in tears by me insulting you.
Yeah, it's so great.
Like, not when I don't respect you.
Yeah.
Like, you're just a kid.
Yeah, one guy on there was just talking mad shit about me. My username, and he was just saying, oh yeah, Falcon. And he's like, I'm gonna get you. And it was just so great to know that I was like in a battle with a guy that's one-sided talking to me in a fun way. Like, he wasn't actually upset. Like, I'd get him, he'd be like, oh, it's a good one. You got me. All right, I'm coming back though. It's just so, man, those are the best people to play with that can roast you, be half serious, half fun. I live for those. That's why I get on that, and making people angry.
Right.
That's why I play Sticks and Stones.
Yeah.
I like to tomahawk them, and I like hearing people go, fuck! It just makes my day. Makes my day. Plus, it makes the mode more fun. If you don't care about winning, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
You're just out there having a good time ruining people's days. It's the best kind of trolling. I don't talk crap. I don't put the headset on. I just want to ruin your day a little bit.
Take that little bit of enjoyment.
And it's only fun because those people care. The people that care get upset.
Yeah. It's a game.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
Like, I've got upset when I'm trying really hard and then you lose because someone kills you.
Right.
A free-for-all mode, and they get so heated about it and can't even laugh it off or just not talk.
And that's the thing. I mean, like, it's with any type of skill, like, sports, video games, whatever. You're going to have off days. Like, you're not going to be on top of your game every single day.
Maybe for mortals. I don't have that problem. I don't know. For mortals.
I mean, some days I am firing on all cylinders. Other days
How many cylinders do you have?
92.
92 cylinders.
Yeah.
Okay. At least it's an even number.
Right?
At least it's an even number. All right, sorry. I'm just opening the chat so I can see who's in the chat. Let me know. Guess it does. Nintendo Switch XL is back in the chat.
Oh, really?
It's a real...
Oh, hey, welcome back.
I mean, I don't know if you're real. You have subscribers. You have broadcasts.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're just a bot running it.
Hey, maybe. Either way.
It's impressive. Unless you can't be watching everyone all the time. So the fact that your bots are watching us is amazing. Thank you, bots.
Right?
Or script. And then, are you the other person? You must be the other person.
Yes. Yeah.
What does your screen name mean?
It's because I'm Japanese.
Oh, that's the quarter part?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe you were just like...
Someone asked me about that too. They said, is that like a coin op thing, for arcade? And I'm like...
In case you didn't know, it says quarter squinty eye.
Yep.
It must mean Japanese. He said it, not me. It's his username. He explained it.
Right.
If you're not looking at the username, I mean, I'm not lying to you. I would never do that. We only speak truth here at the Zero Intentions podcast. Yep.
All truth all the time. No
lies. The whole
no
podcast, Zero Intentions podcast. Always tell the truth. That's the other part you don't see. That's what the little lines under zip mean. Always tell the truth. Hey, it fits. Right. Always tell the truth.
Yep.
Except when we don't.
That's true. Harkens back to my, comment about women. Is that they're, I said something about the fact of like something, I don't remember exactly what it was.
But now we're just
joking. I was just joking, but it was like, something about them being crazy or something like that.
Keep digging your hole, Jeremiah. Keep digging.
Hey, it's a well-known fact. Like I've said it numerous times. That
Did you see Bert Kreischer went on a podcast and they brought up the Will Smith story. Have you ever heard his story about Will Smith?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
About how Will Smith wanted, yeah. Right. So they're trying to bait him into saying it, and he's like, when I saw Chris Rock, I got one of them coming too. And one of the guys on the podcast, like, I don't know this story. They're like, you got to tell it. You're a better storyteller now than the first time you said. He's like, I can't be doing it. And they coax him into telling it, but he's whistling like a balloon out of air, laughing, trying to get through it.
Right.
It's a great story, though.
It is, yeah. He's a great storyteller.
He is. He's just his energy is what's great.
Right.
The best is his Kool-Aid one with Tom Segura. Did you see that? When Tom finds, it's not even that funny, but two friends laughing. It's just like, the fact that Tom's laughing that hard is what's great.
It's like, it's one of those things that, like, is this a joke? Like, is this something a real person did intentionally?
It's funny because Tom's so serious and he's laughing at him, and Bert's squealing like a pig and laughing. It's great. Their chemistry is so fantastic.
Right.
And their bro birthday gifts now, since they've been doing that.
I don't know about that. No.
So forget what the first one was. Anyway, they were talking, and he's like, you know what? Sometimes I wish we were gay lovers because we'd give the best gifts. He's like, my family gets me a gift, but you don't really care. You don't.
There's no thought put into it.
It's not a good gift.
Here's something nice. It's your birthday. Here you go.
So I don't know what the first one was, but Bert bought Tom jet skis. Crazy expensive jet skis.
Oh, yeah?
And he was talking about how his accountant was mad. So then Tom, for Bert's birthday, got him like a suite and a hotel room and a private jet to fly him out there. Like, just went way above and beyond. And so what Bert did this year, a few days ago, was buy Tom a race car. He bought him a race car.
Oh, no.
He's like, everyone said it was a bad idea. Everyone. And I bought you one. And so he talked to Matt Farah from Smoking Tire, and like they got him a fully spec'd race car BMW. Like no key, full roll cage, like everything to spec so Tom can actually enter races. Like, man, it's just funny seeing that because they have.
Right? Yeah.
I'm going to buy you. And every year there's one up in each other.
I was rolling laughing in that whole, like, back and forth, music video.
Oh, that was great. Yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah.
I listened just last week to Bert talking about how he didn't know. So Bert suggested during Sober October. If you don't know, instead of not drinking, Bert was like, hey, let's do a dance-off. I'll get choreographed videos. And everyone said no. So it's Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, Joe Rogan, Ari Shaffir. Mm-hmm. Anyone else? There's one other guy, the guy that bakes bread. Don't know his name. You know who I'm talking about?
I don't know. Bread baker, huh?
Anyway, Bert went ahead and did it just to promote his tour. And Tom didn't tell him, but he also did one. So he said that Tom came to him one day before Two Bears and said, hey, after this, we just need to film some face shots of you. We're doing a commercial. I'm going to go home and shower and everything. You do yours, and I'll come back, and they'll do mine. So he had Bert say all these random things, and they used that to place his face. So Tom does this crazy. Tom spent, I think, $30,000. Like Bert said, he spent $5,000 or $3,000, something just promotion. Tom Segura went and paid $30,000 to have a full music video done, and at the end, they have a super fat guy, and they what is that called when you put the face on someone else's? Deep fake. They deep fake all Bert saying these words onto a fat guy, and then Tom stabs him to death at the end. And Bert didn't know. He didn't know what was happening.
Right?
Oh, but it's fantastic music video.
Right? Yeah.
I think I like Bert's better, but Tom's is just over the top with yeah. He went for it. That's how I think I like them so much, because that's how I would be with that much money.
Yeah.
Like they're still just having fun. That's not like all serious. They don't care.
Have fun with it. Yes.
It's like, I have too much money. What do I do? $30,000 for a music video to make fun of my friend.
Right.
That's what I'll do. That'll show him.
Yeah.
Which is why it's funny that they're buying each other. And he's like, I bought, your wife's going to be mad, but I bought you jet skis. And a race car. Can't remember. The first one was for Tom. It might have been electric bikes or something, but progressively just moving up.
Right?
Moving up like crazy.
Yeah. How do you, like, that's the thing though, is like you got to keep trying to top it.
That's what they're doing.
The first person to get like a subpar gift, like then they get roasted.
They were just talking about it. He was like, one of us is going to have to buy someone a house. Gonna get a house. I think it's gonna, after you get like the gifts, like a race car, you're gonna get into obscure like experiences.
Yeah,
is what they're gonna do for each other. They're gonna be like, look, I booked you a polar bear cuddle session. You're gonna be cuddling a polar bear.
I was thinking, first thing that popped in my mind is a trip to Snake Island.
What's Snake Island?
It's an island full of snakes, obviously.
Is it really?
That's the name, yes.
Oh.
But it is so dangerous that you have to have a special permit to go there.
To go?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of Cat Island, where all the cats are. That would be sweet to go to. Just live on an island.
This one looks like it has a particular type of pit viper on it that's extremely venomous. And there's like so many of them that you're like never like
within a foot,
within 3 feet, or not within 3 feet of one. So it's like in this whole island. So
in Brazil, is that the one?
Snake Island, wherever
it says
that is.
Snake Island. Looks really rocky. Let's see. The island is the only natural home of the venomous golden lancehead pit viper. Which eats birds. Let's see. Endangered species. They previously thought there was 430,000 snakes.
Low estimate.
Population of 0 for people. It's 430 square meters. 430,000 square meters. So for every square meter, there's a snake. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying.
Yes. Right?
That would be terrifying. Yeah, did you know, like, if you go to the Galapagos Islands, you have to, like, poop in a box?
Yeah.
For a while? Yeah, and you can't wear any of your, like, you have to have pre-selected clothes because they don't want anything from outside of that. That's, like, the one thing they're studying. Completely untouched.
Yeah.
We don't want anything happening there. Thought it'd be cool to go there just to say you went.
Right?
It's like, yeah, I pooped in a box, man. They had to check. They don't want any seeds. They don't want nothing.
Yep. Then you have to attach a little balloon to it and send it off.
I think they make you do it before you even get on the island because they don't even want you to accidentally like poop yourself.
Empty your bowels,
they don't want you to like poop yourself on the island.
Have you an involuntary enema?
Involuntary. I think it's all voluntary if you're going there, Jeremiah. You're not just gonna be walking to Starbucks. They grab you. They're like, get in the van.
There's the podcast title right there.
You're going to the Galapagos. I don't want an enema. I don't want to go to the Galapagos.
Oh no, I gotta write that down. Just call it involuntary enema. There we go.
Yes, but my dream money would be to kidnap my friends, like hardcore kidnap them, and don't tell them what's going on. Yeah. I want them hooded. I want them brought up in an airplane. I want them strapped to someone where they can't tell, like, so they're bound and they're strapped, so they don't even know they're strapped to someone. Then I want that person to just jump out of the airplane with them, and like halfway down before you pull the chute, rip off the thing and be like, "Kyle sent me." Boom! Now you're at an island or a sweet party.
Like you said, that's a dangerous, scenario because, like, if you legit think you're being kidnapped,
you might do some crazy things.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm paying.
You better hire some serious professionals.
Yeah. Oh yes, definitely. I'm not doing it myself. And I think
they're gonna get injured.
The other way to do it and make sure no one has guns. So I feel like it'd be easy, like if you're planning an event with your friends. So you're like, hey, let's go to a football game or like somewhere where they're not.
Just kidnap them while you go to a sauna or something like that.
A sauna?
Yeah.
No, that might be too conspicuous. Like that seems like if me and you were at a sauna and you get kidnapped, you're like, fucking Kyle, it's kidnapping me. A sauna, I knew it.
But no, sports event, it's great.
Yeah, just something, because they're not gonna have, or you're like, hey, we're going out drinking because no one's gonna bring a gun with you.
Right.
Thing is, you'd have to get all the people kidnapped at the same time, because you can't tell like ball game and two other friends, hey, we're going here.
But see that, like, again, that's now you're adding the public factor into that you have to worry about because someone might.
If I have enough money to like kidnap my friend, I feel like it'd be fine.
Just leave a team behind and say, hey, this was for a hidden camera show. Something like that.
I think what you can do is you just call the police in the area and alert them first.
Sure.
That way, any calls they just know to ignore.
Right.
Because I like the public would be good. It'd be like videos. Someone might take a video. It'd be a sweet video to show your friend. Like, I see you getting kidnapped. Look at you. I honestly think that most people wouldn't care. I mean, we've seen the Jackass movies. Like, crazy stuff happens, and people are like, "Oh no, it's not my problem."
Right. Well, now they just assume it's something like that. Like it's some sort of hidden camera show,
Maybe,
kind
but
of media,
like,
whatever.
picture yourself getting kidnapped. Like you'd be one of them. I would have you kidnapped. You're gonna fight back, and it's not gonna look fake.
No,
It's
like
not gonna look fake.
They're getting hurt, so yeah.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
I'm getting hurt because that's the thing. Like when you're a fight for your life.
Right now,
you're
do you
not really
consent for me to
concerned
drug you? That way you don't like tranquilize you as you go. That way I don't want you getting hurt, so maybe we just trank you real quick. Do you consent?
What?
To being tranked?
If I get a free vacation out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sweet. I mean, I was probably going to do it even if you said no. I'm sure I'll have a team of lawyers or something.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, if I have that kind of money for tranquilizing you, I could probably just give you $1 million. Like, if I get tranquilized and I'm healthy otherwise, I feel like $1 million's fine. I'm not going to fight it.
Okay.
Give me $1 million.
Right.
Like,
I'll
yeah,
sue
okay.
you too. Yep. I just consented, but I'll also sue you.
It's
so
fine.
I get that $1 million.
I feel like this is billionaire plans, and if I have $1 billion, like $1 million to you is not like a big deal.
Right.
Like, you don't have to sue me. You could just be like, yeah, you tranquilize me. Be like, you're right. What did you want?
Right.
You want Starbucks? I'll just get you a Starbucks.
I wanted to trade bank accounts. That's what I wanted to do.
Oh, that's a loophole. Uno reverse card me there.
Right.
Hopefully I have more than one. I don't know. Accountants should figure that out.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. You shouldn't have one bank account.
It's the bank of Kyle.
Right.
Just have my own bank. Yeah, I want it all in cash. And I'm going to have it in like...
Under your mattress?
No, I want it old school. Like I have a fort.
Yeah.
Like on my island. Like a fully functioning fort.
It's made out of highly flammable wood?
No, see. No, concrete or rocks. I don't know. And then... because I'm that rich, instead of people with guns guarding it, I want like a rail gun on top. Just to like, no Ocean's 11 going on here. Like, oh shit, he's got a rail gun.
Yeah. Laser grids. Yep.
Laser grids.
Yep. One of those from like Resident Evil, in the hallway.
Oh, the whole hallway?
Yeah. Slices you up. Slices and
that,
dices.
if you were like a billionaire, do you think you could get hold of a nuke? A nuke in your fort? Do you think would they come for you? Could you get one without them knowing?
It's a good question.
Like billions of dollars.
I can't really comment on that in the podcast.
Oh, Jeremiah has a nuke, folks. Jeremiah on the sides over here, like, you don't have to be a billionaire, Kyle. You can get a nuke. I got a guy. Don't worry about it. Get you a nuke. Called my boy Rico from Russia, and he got me a nuke real quick. It's one of those lost ones.
Sure, yeah.
We're back to podcast 1 where you have someone locked up in your basement and you're not telling us about.
That's right, yeah.
1 or 2 of them?
It varies.
Oh, I got it. Talking about there's this clip that you might like to see. I'll play it next to the microphone so you folks can hear it. You don't really need to see it. And I don't want to show you. Let's find it.
Is it visually disturbing?
No.
Oh.
No, I would make them watch it then. Here it is. No, I would make them watch it.
All right. I love this game. I killed 3 people last week. Oh, that's obviously the lie. I had a passionate gay love affair with a man named... That's the lie? And I'm a Sagittarius. I thought... You got me. All right, 2 truths and a lie.
It's just so funny. Oh, that's a lie.
Yeah.
Is that the lie?
We had to do that in my very first team meeting at work.
Really?
Yeah.
At work?
Yeah.
We did it at a...
Don't worry about it.
Screwdriver, but...
Like I said, doing work.
It was
I'm
good.
a contractor now. Went from consultant to a contractor.
My thing that I had the hardest problem doing it is I've got these so many weird, small, crazy stories that are good one-liners.
Yeah.
That I could have 3 super crazy truths. Lie.
Yeah.
And they're not like murdering people, but and it was so hard to decide which one would be. And then I couldn't come up with seemed not like a lie because my truths were already super weird.
Right.
So it's like any lie I came up with, they're like, well, that's the lie.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it sounded wrong. The other ones had more detail to them.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. I stole a boat. I think the one that I got away with told 2 crazy stories about things that had happened.
That's a common one. That was actually used.
And then I said I'd never broken a bone.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know me, you're like, oh, he's definitely broken
right.
a bone. This guy's a moron. Of course he has. Carried that up there?
Wow.
Just carried it up behind me. Oh,
right.
and then dropped it. Do you have one? Hit me with 2 truths, 1 lie. Let me see if I can get it.
What?
Tell me 2 truths and a lie.
No, I'm terrible at that. No.
No, come on.
No.
You can do it.
I didn't know.
Do it. You're on the spot. They're calling for it.
That's the worst.
I see in the comments. I see in the comments.
What?
Just tell me 1 truth and 1 lie. Let me see if I can get it.
1 truth and 1 lie?
It's a 50-50.
No, because we've already, okay. That's a good question. No, because all my like my unbelievable true stories would are technically illegal.
What, we're not talking about illegal activities on here?
All my interesting ones, yeah.
Well, let's just say this podcast is strictly for entertainment. There is no factual.
I've already prefaced it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same way that rappers can smoke weed and do cocaine in music videos because you can't prove that's what they were doing. Yeah, you can't prove it.
Right.
I think it's crazy like at concerts you're like can't smoke inside. No drugs, no alcohol, and then you have the people performing that are like, let's smash my guitar, light it on fire with... We'll just find them, I guess. Like, you can't... I watched a guy at a rap concert light a joint in the crowd, hand it up to the rapper. He starts smoking, they kick the guy out, they handed it to him. I was like, what? Right? Or at, like, Warped Tour. No crowd surfing anywhere. Signs everywhere for it, and they're like, I want to see everyone crowd surfing to this song. It's like the bouncers are probably just like, damn it, because you can't like they're not gonna stop the show and be like, hey, we told you,
right?
None of that.
Yeah, it would be even funnier if it were like, if you pointed out the signs. I just want to remind everybody that there's no crowd surfing. For this next song, I want to see everybody crowd surfing.
Yeah, there was I think it was Green Day, Simple Plan, or Blink. I don't remember, but they started at a cold concert. It said like no throwing objects. They started a snowball fight, like from the stage, and got number 1 rule: don't throw anything. Boom! They start like an ice snowball. Everyone's just throwing shit. It's like, well,
yeah. What
do you do now?
Yeah. So, circling back to that, like I could tell you what my lie was because that was, it's one of those ones that only work if you don't know me.
Why don't you tell me 2 lies?
So, what?
2 lies.
Right. No. For that, my lie was that I own over 200 pairs of shoes. Which is funny because I actually know people that do. So.
That seems like a weird
not
one.
Me.
I would question that. Like 200 sounds like a lot of shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not saying what kind of shoes.
What kind of shoes?
Yeah, like who knows if they're $400 pairs of shoes. Like you could have $200 store shoes, you know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe you just like switching them up. I don't know. Maybe you were a runner. Runners have a ton of shoes.
So, no, I mean, like I know people that are really into shoes. Like that is their thing.
I don't get it.
So, I don't either.
I watch a guy.
Shoe gets dirty, you buy a new pair of shoes. Like you don't clean your shoes. You can't wear dirty shoes, though. Yeah.
He does unboxing of fancy shoes, and I watch it.
I swear they must have been like a reseller because when I was working for UPS, we would deliver shoes. Like you could tell, like that you can't see in the boxes, but that's
it's a shoe box,
box. But we deliver that every single day to the same house.
I watch their YouTube videos. It's interesting. Yeah. I think it's just the people that are interesting. I don't get it.
Right.
I don't get collecting it. I collect guitars. I'm sure there's people that don't get it. I don't get it,
Right.
but collect it. I like skateboards.
See, I don't really trust those people to not be like those foot fetish people. Like if you're that into shoes, like
Why? I would think the
kind of
opposite.
obsessed
Maybe they're
with
not into feet. You have to be covered, man.
Maybe.
I know because you said they don't wash them. I know there's like the movie stars, celebrities, musicians that wear these fancy clothes. They only wear them once.
Right.
They're not made to be washed. They
Right.
can't be washed.
Yes.
So you're only really wearing them
Mm-hmm.
once because they're designer clothes. They weren't
Yes. Right.
made to be washed.
Right.
And I guess I just saw a lot of, models that I didn't know in the pictures. They're not really wearing the clothes. They're pinned and stapled, and it's all
Mhm.
weird. It's not comfortable. It's to make it look perfect.
Right.
Same way they do the sandwiches. They're using
Yes.
glue and weird stuff because it's just for perfection.
Yeah.
You're not actually going to look like that.
Right. Yeah, I think it's the funniest thing at those, high fashion shows. Like, they're literally showing clothes that will never be made.
Oh yeah,
Like,
the crazy
they're not-
ones.
Yeah, they're not going. Like, no one is going to sell this. No one's going to buy this. It's literally just for the fashion show.
Car shows are doing that now.
Yeah.
Like the big ones, I don't get it.
Hmm.
I mean, it's slowly getting into like they're showing concepts of cars with no doors or that morph, and I'm like, you're never gonna make that.
Right.
Maybe when I was 5, it was cool to see. Like I'd rather.
When I was younger, I didn't know what the concept of a concept car was.
Right.
I was so like psyched and gung ho for the Pontiac Rageous. That was like
I'll
the
look it up.
coolest car to me. I'm like,
I
oh,
just
man,
think
I want this.
concept cars should be the concept of what could come.
Yeah.
Like Toyota had the FT1 concept, which was the future Toyota 1,
Mm-hmm.
which looked like what a new Supra should have looked like. Like if they had sold that as a Supra, everyone would have bought it. It wasn't outrageous. It just looked awesome.
Yeah.
Then the new Supra came out and looked like a Camry version. And you're like, why
Mhm.
didn't you just make your concept? It didn't have anything crazy. It just looked better.
Right.
And then, so I like those concepts. Or like when the new Corvette concept, I remember when the Camaro concept came out, it was in Transformers, the year that you owned.
Mm-hmm.
The concept looked very similar to what they came out with.
Right.
That made sense. But seeing the car that has no wheels or more, something like that.
Yeah, the Transformers edition was cool. Like, it was really sweet, but I wasn't really really wasn't into Transformers. So I'm like, I'm not getting a Transformers edition. But
Right.
it was cool looking.
The Pontiac Regina? What is it? What do you
Rageous.
Rageous?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, oh, there it is. Rageous. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
Hot Wheels car?
They may have made one, yeah, for the concept, yeah.
Oh my god, it's the front end of a Trans Am on a car. Do you like the Trans Am? It looks.
I was a kid, a little kid.
Do you remember what it looks like?
I don't remember what it looks like.
So this is it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now, let me see if I can find a picture of it next to a Trans Am. It just looks like a Trans Am.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the front end
But
of a
I went
Trans
to
Am.
a car show and they had one, so
Yeah, I see
I
pictures
got to
of
see
them
it
made it.
and yeah, it was the coolest thing. I got a poster, put the poster up.
So it's a 4-door Trans Am is what it is. 2002 Trans Am. I'll show you. I mean, you can see that's where they got the front end.
Yeah.
So you could get that car basically. I'm sure the Rageous. Yeah, it's like a 4-door version of it. I mean, you can tell the front end with the snorkels. That's what it is. Did you see the Firehawk concept?
Didn't we talk about this? Yeah, I think so.
I don't think we talked about it.
I don't know if we looked at it though. But
Here it is. They actually made it. It was called the Fire Breather.
oh, okay.
It's just built,
Yeah.
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
They actually made some. They're called Fire Breathers. There's a few out there.
Huh.
It doesn't make sense. Pontiac doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Pontiac and Chevy were the same. The Camaro and Trans Am were the same car.
Yeah.
Fire Breather Camaro. I've seen one in person. It looks like, so this is it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a different front end on a Camaro.
Sure.
Which is
right.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And then they put Pontiac badges all over your car. That
Right.
Pontiac doesn't exist anymore. So I don't know why.
Right.
Maybe if you're a huge Trans Am fan.
Oh, that's cool. This guy's got front trim and wings there glow.
Yeah, they do glow.
Yeah.
Yeah. In real life, yep, they do it. Let's see, Camaro Concept. See, I wanted their concept car. It looked so much cooler than what actually came out.
Yeah.
It was this. So it's just a slightly different front end and a bigger grille. Just looks a little meaner.
Yeah.
But that was their concept for the
Right.
Camaro, which is essentially what the Camaro looks like. I mean, you can't.
I do like that front end, especially like the grill treatment. It reminds me of like, throwback classic Camaro.
Yeah, so here it is. It had the front splitter on it that went down. So you could make your car look like this because it's essentially a Camaro. But it looked cool. And it was in that, all these pictures look yellow, but it wasn't yellow.
Yeah.
It was, trying to find, it was almost like a really burnt orangish yellow. So it wasn't orange, but it wasn't yellow. Like that's obviously a photoshopped photo.
Sure.
But you can kind of tell. Like it's not yellow.
Sure. It's almost like close to like a 70s yellow.
Yeah, it's like.
Not exactly.
Yeah, it looked good. And that's them sculpting the front. So obviously you can tell the car is done. They just sculpted a different front end on it. And then they tried doing that for one of the Transformers movies. Not so good. I think what made the Camaro look good is the sharp edges.
Yes.
That's what makes it look good.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
If I want a muted front end like that, I'll just get the Challenger. It's, a more muted. The Camaro was sharp. It looked like it was cutting through the air. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
And the new ones also went muted. I don't know why. What are you looking up over
So
there?
this is like if I ever got into like restoration and rebuild, then this is the car right here.
We'll tell people what it is. Oh, 69 Camaro.
Yep. Do that orange as well.
You can get that for 20 grand.
White stripes. So
20 grand.
Yeah.
It won't be a factory Z28. You'll have a base model Camaro and make it a Z28. Which my grandpa, he's in love with like a 56 GTO.
Yeah.
And I was like, just buy one. Like you don't drive anymore. He's living with my parents. Like they transformed his whole basement into a studio apartment basically. Like just buy it. And his thing is he's like, I can't afford it because he looks at Barrett Jackson. They're like 100 grand. Like, well, you don't buy a 56 GTO. You buy the 56 Pontiac that's converted to a GTO. It's all the same parts. It's not matching VIN. It's not well, what do you care?
Right.
No one knows. It has all the same parts. What does it matter at the end of the day? Which is what classic cars, I don't care. The car show, someone would be like, original. I'm like, that means shit to me, man.
Good for you.
Good for you. Your car's worth 100 grand. His is 20. They look identical.
Yeah.
Same badges, same motor, same transmission, same body. I'm like, what?
Right.
You're bragging because you paid more?
Yes.
Like for a collector, cool.
Yeah.
Right. I've got 2 Tom DeLonge guitars here. He didn't own them, but I paid 400 and 600 instead of 10 grand and 20 grand.
Right.
They look the same. They're the same material. Same. What do I care?
Yeah.
Why pay more?
Right.
Unless you're a collector that has to have it.
Right.
I don't get it. So with collecting, I don't get that kind of thing. With objects, maybe cards because they hold a value. There's only so many, but I still don't get it. What do you have them for?
Yeah.
I had a fake Exodia Yu-Gi-Oh set card,
the
whole set, but they look. I'm sure a pro could like pick them out, but when you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, they're not. You wouldn't know. If me and you sat down, how do you know?
Right.
It's identical.
Yeah.
What does it matter? They play the same.
Right.
Real life cheat code right there.
Right.
And I actually never played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. I never really played a ton of card games. Like I played like as a kid. I tried playing, Pokemon briefly.
Did you? I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I'm like, what the energy? Ugh, no. What is this?
I played Yu-Gi-Oh had a Game Boy game or a PSP game or something, and that was cool. But it like walks you through it. You don't have to know the rules.
I'll play like back before I stopped playing Blizzard games. I played Hearthstone.
Oh, okay.
Played that quite a bit. was buying all their expansions and
You played it in real life or the game?
in the game, so on my iPad, and doing my dailies and all that kind of stuff.
I bet they make a ton of money off that game.
Yeah,
People still play it like crazy.
And I've also tried Magic the Gathering.
Did you?
I actually played it in person a couple times at Friday Night Magic. So, some comic stores. So,
what do you think Blizzard's biggest moneymaker is? I should say they own Activision now, so that makes it a little more broad.
Activision owns them.
Anyway, so what do you think it is?
What's their biggest moneymaker?
Yeah, it's Call of Duty.
I would assume, yeah.
$4 billion.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think number 2 is? I never would have guessed. It's a mobile game.
Sure. Oh yeah.
It's Candy Crush.
Huh.
And then it's World of Warcraft, which makes sense. I assumed it would be up there. Then Overwatch, which is crazy. It's not
I spent a lot of money on Overwatch.
It's not an old game though. How are they making more money?
So they have skins.
Skins, really?
Yeah. And certain ones are like really, really hard to get. So like I dropped like $50 to open up enough loot boxes to increase my chances of getting it.
Who owns what's that game everyone plays on PC? It's not Call of Duty, but it's like that. It's Counter-Strike. Bet they make a ton of money off those loot boxes and keys and whatever.
Yeah, back when I played Counter-Strike, that wasn't a thing. So
you played Source or one before that?
Like classic, Counter-Strike.
What do you think the best-selling video game of all time is? You play it.
I play it? Oh, it's got to be Fortnite.
Not regularly, but you have played it.
I have played it?
It's not Fortnite.
It's not Fortnite?
No.
Interesting. I don't play it regularly, huh?
Nope. It's Minecraft.
Oh, Minecraft, yeah.
238 million sales.
Kylie still hasn't picked up the fact that I call it Minecraft.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then GTA 5, and then Tetris. And then one of the best video games made of all time is number 5. Still great. I still play it from time to time. Wii Sports.
Really?
Phenomenal.
Oh.
It was just the first, interact. It's just so good. It has so many.
You're going to say Monkey Island.
No, I don't like that game.
What? No. You don't like Monkey Island?
I don't like Monkey Island.
Seriously?
I seriously don't like it. I don't even think that's on here. Mario Kart's on here. Super Mario Bros. Wii Fit. That was okay. The Witcher 3 is on here. Right below Pac-Man. Wii Sports Resort. Man, Wii sold a ton. Diablo 3 is number 20. Most sold video games.
Oh.
Fuck all of you. This horseshit game. Living off the name of Diablo. It makes me so angry to see a game that's not. They just use the name.
Because it was the only one I ever played.
So
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
But that's from the perspective of being the only one I ever played.
Yeah, so they just use the name. That's what makes me mad. It's like, what's your favorite video game of all time?
So it's like kind of like I have like ties.
All right, yeah, just give me one.
But Monkey Island, definitely.
So like if they just made a game called Monkey Island,
they have,
and then made it completely different,
they have,
and that was like the most selling game of all time.
Me off.
Yeah, it would make you mad. You're like you're just poaching the name.
Right.
It's like the Mach-E.
So that's kind of the downside of Monkey Island is that like the original is just it's like perfection.
Perfection.
The Secret of Monkey Island is so good, yeah, and
so good it's bad. It's not good, Jeremy.
But then they do, Monkey Island 2, which is still good. It's a great game. But it's not as good as the first one, obviously. And it kind of ends up a little weird, but then
hold on. I've never played Monkey Island.
Yeah?
That's not what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Am I thinking of Ape Escape?
Ape Escape?
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Monkey Ball? Super Monkey Ball?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Oh. That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I thought you were talking about.
No.
Okay.
Talking about, LucasArts.
Sorry.
Here.
Monkey Island might be good. Sorry.
Guybrush Threepwood. I'm a mighty pirate.
Okay. Yeah. The Secret of Monkey Island.
Yes.
Return to Monkey Island.
Yep. Phenomenal. Curse of Monkey Island was a lot of fun just because it was hand drawn. Still great writing, like, really,
it's a side scroller.
No, it's a point and click adventure.
Oh, point and click adventure.
Yes. So, but then the
you want to tell the nice Gen Zers that we hate what a point and click game is? Probably don't even know.
No, probably not. It's a kind of an extinct type of game.
It almost made a comeback with those virtual escape rooms.
Yeah.
Where you could, click. You're looking at a panel and then you can click left, but you're just clicking random objects to see if they move. Do you remember those? They're a Flash game.
Oh, yeah?
Did you ever play it on like
no.
crazymonkeygames.com or any of those websites?
No.
So you're generation above me. So when I'm playing those, you didn't have time for video games. You were like living life.
So
you had responsibilities.
Anyways, yeah, Monkey Island is great. I also love Space Quest. Like Space Quest Collection is phenomenal.
I don't think I've played that either.
So that's Roger Wilco. He starts off as a janitor.
Is that a point and click?
Yeah. All of these are the same genre. So then you have like another favorite series or a couple of Indiana Jones games.
Did you like Earthworm Jim? I feel like you'd be way into that.
Yep, it was really an Earthworm Jim.
Didn't you just get a Earthworm Jim gift?
Yeah.
Or you bought the box or something?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So Doug Snaple was doing graphic novels with Earthworm Jim. So
good games. Did you like the game Medieval then?
Never played it.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
That's like kind of that artsy style.
Yeah. But I loved the Neverhood as a kid as well.
Neverhood.
So, the Neverhood. Yep. Another Doug Snaple.
Sounds like you like this guy.
Yes. Yeah. He's my favorite artist.
Oh, that's a clay game.
Mm-hmm.
The game is all made from clay animation?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. Yeah, I don't remember how much clay they said they used, but I mean, we're talking a tons of clay.
I can't watch clay things. It creeps me out.
Yeah?
Yeah, it really just creeps me out.
They actually, relatively recent ago, did like a spiritual successor to the Neverhood.
Really?
They did a, crowdfunding for that. It's called Armakrog. What was funny is that during the campaign, it was, during the height of the fervor of, cancel culture, and people were trying to get Armakrog to tank. They didn't want it funded because they thought, Doug Snaple's, this terrible guy.
Is he a terrible guy?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But we're talking about, the worst people on the internet think he's a terrible guy. So, obviously.
I never heard of him. Yeah. So, trying to think. Wasn't Chicken Run a claymation?
It's Aardman Films, wasn't it?
I don't know.
So.
Chicken Run was good.
Yeah.
I remember when McDonald's had Chicken Run toys and everything.
Yeah.
That was good. But all the other ones I can't watch. A movie I
used to watch a lot of Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, hate that.
Yeah?
Hate it. I hate The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Really?
I think it's a bad movie.
Huh.
I get it's a cult classic. It's just not good.
Yeah. How do you feel about The Corpse Bride?
Never seen it.
Yeah?
I've seen clips.
Yeah?
I hate Napoleon Dynamite. It's another cult classic people like.
Nightmare Before Christmas is way better than The Corpse Bride, though.
So. The Corpse Bride. Yes, I've seen that one. That's I thought you were talking about something else. There's something else with the name Bride in it. It's like a cult classic film.
The Princess Bride?
Yes, haven't seen that one. That's
really?
the one I've seen clips of.
I just watched it again.
I've seen Corpse Bride
the other day for, I think, I don't know what my watch count on that one is.
I'll blow your mind right here. I've never seen Spaceballs.
Oh, really? Wow.
I've never seen Super Troopers.
Wow.
I've seen Super Troopers 2.
Okay.
It's horrible.
It's not as good as the first one, I can tell you that.
No. It wasn't good. We saw it at the drive-in.
Yeah?
That's the newest one, right?
Yeah, they didn't make a 3.
Yeah, 2. It was bad. It came out just a few years ago, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a while ago, but yeah.
While ago?
It was a while ago, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
It made me feel.
Yeah.
2018?
It was a while ago.
It was a few years. 18, 19, 4 years?
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. That's in my definition a while, I guess.
A while. So I've been with your sister for a while.
So some of yeah.
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Wow. Wow. No, those guys. Some of those guys did a TV show recently. I think they might still be doing it. Tacoma FD. There's fire department. So.
Okay. Let's wrap this podcast up. It was a good one.
All right.
I'm going to make it uninteresting. If you want to tune out, I want Jeremiah to watch this trailer. I want to get his opinion on it. I'm not going to give him any warning to what kind of movie it is. I've only showed 2 people. One said it looks like it's going to be hilarious, and one said it's going to be horrible. I won't tell you my opinion yet, but let's see what you say. So you click play on that, and I guess we can let the sound play. You can hold it. You can hold it.
All right.
The trailer's Good Morning if you can't hear it or you want to go and watch it later.
Is this a sequel to?
No sequel.
Oh.
It's not a sequel.
What was it? What is it? I can't think. It's that musical.
No. I hate musicals. Click play, Jeremiah.
Looking for drugs. Where's the pot putter? Anyone know the number to 911? Yo. Oh yeah, I can see that. Serious shit.
It's Good Morning trailer. You can go watch it on YouTube.
So
I'm an actor on this show called Good Bad People. This is Apple. We've been dating for a year. I can't stop thinking about her. I just wanna got you by myself.
Oh.
What do you? The fuck? Yo, does this look like a break? Yes. We're getting your energy right. Oh shit.
So that's Gata. That's Lil Dicky's hype man from the show.
What's that?
That's Lil Dicky's hype man from the show Dave, but
Yeah.
in real life as well.
I cannot push the meeting with the director of Batman.
Apple's like up with me.
Is money.
Jesus Christ.
That hoe is loyal.
Oh my God. Movie man. What's up, Barry? Yo, did you see Apple?
Oh, I'm out.
Did she say where she was going? She did. No, you
Don't be
fucking
out.
Crazy? Hey, not necessary, sir. Let's actually. Yeah, I will kill you. Our boy's in trouble.
It's got a good cast.
Yeah.
Mission.
If you look up the whole cast, they're not all in that trailer.
Start your engines.
You're out already. He sees Pete Davidson. He's out.
Yep. That was it.
This has been the weirdest.
I got this. You a cool cop or something? Yeah, Stony Smurf. Guilty. I'm trying to This is the worst.
Maybe it's not your kind of movie. I don't know.
No.
Do you want to be in love? Or do you want to be the biggest star in the world?
Oh shit. It's time to party!
This might be extended. I thought it was over after the cop.
Oh my God. What is this? This movie's gonna shoot itself. Drake has a huge snake. I don't think that's true. Guys,
Not your kind of movie?
No. Nope. The only thing in there that I saw that had any redeeming quality was Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo. I pointed that out too. Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So it falls under the same category as Pineapple Express, obviously. Did you like Pineapple Express?
No.
Oh, that movie is great, Jeremiah.
Yeah. No, I didn't like.
Why didn't you like it?
Because of Seth Rogen. Hate him.
Man, you don't like comedians.
I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson. Why don't you like Pete Davidson?
His face.
His face.
Yep. Andy Samberg. Same
Yeah.
reason.
God, both funny, really funny guys.
Honestly, like I said before, like
I won't speak on SNL. I think SNL is a horrible show.
Eric Andre's the same way. Like I think their comedy is funny. I don't like them
Weird.
personally.
Weird.
So yeah.
But physically.
So
All
as a
right.
person, as a human being, I don't like them.
As my microphone falls off its stand.
So, yes. So that was Zero Intentions Podcast episode 28.
28.
I'm Jeremiah. This is Kyle. Thanks for joining us. If you did, feel free to, if you stop by again, type something in the chat, participate in the conversation. We're really serious when we say this is Zero Intentions Podcast. So we could talk about anything. Throw something in the chat.
And everything.
We'll talk about it.
Anything
Yes.
and everything.
And we do. I mean, as evidenced by, jumping topics around all over the place.
Today was
So,
going crazy. We were
Yeah.
all over the place. See,
Right,
I
but-
had an intention to talk about my sweatshirt was the jumping up point. We didn't even
right?
get to that
Exactly. See,
didn't
we got
start there.
diverted right off the bat.
immediately.
So anyway, all of our old episodes are migrated over to YouTube. You can find the link to that in the channel description. So go over there, leave a comment over there, like, share, subscribe, all the stuff that makes you a good person on YouTube.
Yeah, you're a horrible person if you don't.
But yeah, so in this, I mean, again, probably said a bunch of offensive things, but as always,
You did. You
yep.
did.
If you were offended, then we suggest you zip it. And a special shout out to a purpose offense to Pete Davidson, Andy Samberg, Eric Andre. Like, you guys
Pete,
suck. I hate you.
I think you're hilarious.
Yep.
Andy Samberg, I think you're hilarious.
You're funny, but I hate you.
Pete's not good on SNL. I don't like
Yeah?
SNL. It's not funny to me. I don't get
Yeah?
it. But shout out to Dankin' Around, Nina Tella. They're
All
both in the chat, chilling. Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out. Yeah,
Oh,
someone did say something. There you go.
your
Ah,
future
you're-
boyfriend Wink.
Oh, they say hi.
I don't see you in the chat.
Yeah?
I just shouted out everyone but you. I don't. It doesn't show you as a user in the chat.
Look at that. They're hidden. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I mean, we're wrapping it up today, but feel free to come by next week. We usually stream on Fridays. So if you have a topic that you want to talk about, go ahead and throw it in the chat next week.
Or in the comments on one of our YouTube
Yeah,
videos.
exactly. Throw it in the comments on YouTube. Something that you want to, talk about, then
Can you not see
we
them in
won't
the
do
chat?
any research at all. What?
I can't see him in the. Or,
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I mean, I don't see who's in the chat, but I see when they
see,
type.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they
This
type,
is
I
the
can see.
viewers,
Yeah.
not in there. That's your future boyfriend, Jeremiah.
Oh,
Wink.
yeah.
That's,
I don't think he's talking to me.
who's he talking to?
Grogu, obviously.
Yeah, right. I'm
So,
married. You can't
yep.
be my boyfriend.
Right?
Jeremiah's already boyfriend one. I got too many boyfriends. Sorry.
All right. So anyway,
Yeah,
that about wraps this episode
that wraps
up.
it up. Don't worry.
Yep.
Podcast is falling apart over
That's
here.
it. Yep.
The cat.
Technical
The
difficulties.
cat screwed it. It's not technical. Got a laughy face. Thank you, your future boyfriend. And thank you for using your correctly.
Oh.
Let's roll the ending. Man, my microphone's falling apart. I need to find a better way to do that, unless I just hold it the whole time like a singer.
You got to get one of those Bob Barker, long handles
and a
there.
button too, so I can push to talk. All
Right.
Thanks, folks.